Hello and welcome back to SAP RAP development series. In our last session, we have created a basic RAP application and we decided that we ended where we have to actually go and enhance our application, which we'll be doing in this video. For us to enhance, we will be using the annotations provided by SAP to enhance our application. I have just listed down few of the annotations that we can use to uh, to enhance our application, and these are commonly used annotations during the development. The header info will allow to provide the header to the uh, detail page or the list report page. Facet will allow us to define multiple facets, generally used when we have the associations defined. Line items will be used to display the column in the list report page, the initial page of the application. Identification annotation will be used to display the data in the object page, and these are some of the search related fields. So let's dive into our Eclipse and try to enhance our application. Before we actually dive into it, let's see what the state was when before we actually implement anything. You see, this is a standard uh, application that is being generated using the Fury element, wherein there is no columns that are actually defined. We have to always go click here, select the column that I need to define, and once I select the column, click on go button to get the data. There is no heading, the column sequence is not in place. Okay, the heading is not there. There is nothing on the filter area, stuff like that. So we will start with first defining the columns here. Before that, okay, so let's go and define the column. How we are doing it is, as I have shown you in the PPT, that we have a UI dot line item position is the decimal position that we do here. I will start with 10. Okay. Similarly, I want this on position 20. Now, why we always give position 10, 20, 30 in the multiple of tens is because tomorrow if you are adding some new column and you want to display it between carrier ID and connection ID, you can then use 11, 12, 13, 14 till 19. On top of it, if there are many fields, you can still go ahead with 11.1, 11.2. It also allows us to define this in the decimal format as well. Best practice is to go and use it with position 10, 20, 30. Now, this will display the columns in my initial page, the list report page. Okay, let me just give it for only 3 of them now. Click on activate. Once you activate, the activation is in progress. Once the activation is done, go back and now refresh your application. The one difference that you see is that, okay, it has actually taken the 3 fields that I have defined here. I don't need to go and again select the columns here that I need to do. Of course, if I need some other thing, the user can anytime go and get it here. Select on the go button and it will display me all the relevant column data here. Okay, but I am not able to understand what this data is for. Is it connection data, flight data, what data? I don't know. So I need to give a proper heading also here. For that, let us go and define the heading. Now headings are always defined at the header section of the entity, and the annotation for that is ui.headerinfo. Okay, ui.headerinfo. If I press shift and enter, it will give me everything there. Okay, now I don't need anything except the type name and type name plural. That will define me the heading. I'll say if it is a single entry, then it is a connection. If it is multiple entries that are displayed, please display it as connections on the heading. Let us activate and see what difference it gives. It is activated. Let's go and check the application by refreshing it. Now, if you see the change, it has actually displayed me the header. If I press go button, it will fetch the data and it will also give me the number of entries that it has fetched. Okay, these are the two things that UI header info does, and this is what we need. Okay, let's go and quickly define the other columns as well. I'm going here, I'm saying okay, let me go and display the airport from, and from it will always depart. So I need this at the column just before the from ID, and then I will display destination and then the arrival time 60, and finally the distance 70. I don't want to display the unit because they both are connected. Let's go and see how it is been shown in the application, and now you see it has given me all the things properly. Now departure airport and departure time, you see it gives the departure time, but the header doesn't show departure time. So I want to change the departure time, the header of the departure column to departure time, and similarly on the arrival time. Okay, let's go and change that. How we do? On the departure time, you can go and define a label to it, and you say okay, departure time. Similarly on the arrival, we say label is arrival time. Activate. Okay, refresh the application and your column headings are changed. Click on go button, the data will be displayed. If you click on this instance of the record or the instance, it will take you to another screen, and this screen in RAP terminology is called the object page. Now if I click, ideally this is a list report wherein you will have the data displayed in the tabular column in the list report page, the initial page, and when you click on any of the record, it will take you to the object field where the details will be shown. Now currently there is nothing that is being displayed here. Of course it will not, because we have not annotated our view to display it there. In order for us to display the columns that we need to show in our object page, we have to again go and provide the next annotation, which is UI dot identification. Will have again position. I want to display it under first column. Is there a label? Yes, of course. And I have to give the label there as my flight ID instead of carrier ID. Let me just go and activate this and see the difference what is happening there. Okay, let's go and activate this. Refresh this. Go to your screen, but nothing is coming there. Oh, why? Is it not activated? Friends, it is making. Refresh your application. Click on go button. Nothing is coming here. Why? We need to understand. Now, this is where the facet will come in picture. Okay, let's go and define something called a facet. To define a facet, facet is always at the body level of the entity. You say @UI.facet, okay, wherein we just define the ID that is needed. I'll say ID connection. Purpose is standard. Okay, position is 10. You can have one or multiple. Okay, then we will have label as connection details and type as identification because it's a identification reference. The object page refers to the identification. Rest everything is not needed. Okay, activate and let's go and check our application. It is activated. Refresh the application and select on go. This will give me the flight ID, connection ID and the departure flight date. Since I have given only 3, it is giving me the proper thing. Okay, proper record has been displayed. Now let us quickly go and then add this identification to all the IDs. Okay, this is nothing but at 40. This is at 50. This is at 60. And finally this at 70. Format and activate. Once it is activated, we will see that our application will now reflect and it is now showing us all the details that is been needed. You see flight, we are just saying flight distance, but it is actually showing along with the kilometers. This is the heading of the facet that we have already defined, connection details. You can go back, select any of the other thing, come back and then do it. Now, so this is the normal read-only app that we can create only using annotations that SAP is provided. Okay, we can, as we have seen, we can go change the label whatever we need. You see here if it is a airline ID AA, but since I have given the flight ID as my label for my object page, okay, here if you see in the identification UI element annotation, it is now taking the label that we defined for carrier ID in the identification section. It is showing me the flight ID. I can have 2 different labels for my line item as well as ID of carrier, for example. and if I go there and if I see my application now, it will go back and just refresh it in my instead of uh, airline ID, it is now showing the carrier ID. Pretty simple. Now the last thing that we are left with in this particular RAP application is to define this functionality where the user can go and add up the filter. Okay, this is what I need. Okay, and once we do it, I say, okay, please give me the arrival. Please give me the the arrival and the departure, right? So this is departure airport and this is the arrival airport. Okay, please give me the arrival at SFO. Mhm. Oh, this is the time. Okay, I have taken the time there. Sorry. Let's go and adapt the filter. It's not arrival and departure, but it is the departure destination and the airport. Here I'll say, okay, please give me everything with SFO. Press enter, and it will give me all the data that belongs to the departure airport as SFO. So similarly, we can say that, okay, please give me the departure airport SFO and the destination going to France. Okay, and if I say go, it is giving me only one. You can anytime come back, display whatever is needed. You can have multiple values also here. Okay, it doesn't make sense here, but sometimes if you have multiple values, you can give multiple values there as well. So if I say here departure airport JFK and MIA, JFK and MIA, okay, it will give me JFK and MIA related things. How we can go and define our search fields in our report using the annotation? Pretty simple. In order for we to have a annotation to be defined, what we need to understand is the from ID, airport from ID, there is a annotation called UI.selection field annotation, okay, wherein we define the position of the field and we say, okay, please keep it as at position 10. That's it. I need only this. Similarly, I need it on the airport to ID as well. Activate. You see, there is no label property that we can define here. It takes from whatever we have defined at the column level. Let's go and check what is being done there. Now this time, if I come here, you see I have a destination airport and a departure airport already being defined there. I'll say please go and check for uh, destination of JFK and it will give me the destination. Remove it, select for all, it is giving me all the airport. Now since I am actually giving a departure airport first and a destination airport second, this sequence I don't like. So I need to change the position here. And again, it is very easy. Selection field airport 2 should be destination, which is 20, and selection field from ID is 10. Okay, wonderful. Okay, Apart from, okay, departure airport, I will say JFK. There are two flights that goes from JFK to San Francisco and France. Okay. Now, what one more thing that we need to look into as part of this RAP is thing. RAP actually provides a global search capability on any of the data that you have here. Now, for example, I have so many things, but I need to understand the connections that are applicable for, say, for a particular destination. I am more worried about the flights that departs from SFO and that lands in SFO. So there is no way that we can do it, because if I say, okay, please give me the destination airport SFO, but also give me the departure from SFO, you will not find any data there. Okay. In that case, what SAP has given is, it has actually given us a search capability that you can define. Now, in order to make this entity searchable, the first annotation that we should do is UI.search, UI dot, sorry, uh, what is it? At the rate, search dot searchable is equal to true. This is what you have to actually write. This annotation will make this entity searchable. And with the combination of this, now you want to define what are the fields that you want to search when the value is being provided. I am saying, okay, please also add this element as to my default search. Similarly, I also want to add my to also to the searchable field. What this will do, it will make this entity searchable. The searchable.search will add one search global field in our application. Let me refresh the application and let's see what is the difference that we are now getting. Apart from the two fields that we have actually defined, it has actually added a global search field. Here I am saying, please search wherever there is a JFK and give me the data. And you see, it has now taken JFK in my departure as well as my destination, because these are the two fields that I have defined for my search. Now on top of this, you can also define, now this we know that, okay, we know that JFK is a airport, but for certain instance, if I don't know which are the uh, exact IDs or exact value, then search will allow us to define a fuzziness threshold, and usually it is 0.8. Okay. 1 is the exact max, 0 is no match. SAP recommends to use 0.7 or 0.8. Okay. So I am doing it for both airport from and airport to ID. Let's see what we can think of here now. So this is activated. Let's refresh. And now I want to see all those airports where J and F, okay, or maybe only J, or say F. And you see, it has got France here, it has got France. There might be somewhere, I don't know. Okay, you see here SFO, F is somewhere in between. So it is doing a fuzzy search with 0.8 threshold and it is giving us the data. This is all what we can do using annotations. Of course, there are many other annotations, like if you see the value help, it is just giving a value that we can just go and put it there. You click on OK and that value will be shown here. You say go and it will show you there, which is uh, a generic value help that we see here. Ideally, SAP has provided many search helps, or you can create your own search help CDS entities and assign it here to actually provide the proper search help here, not the generic. That we will see in our later sessions when we go and create our manage application. With that, thank you, and we will just stop here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and provide your comments on how we are actually doing it. With that, thank you and happy learning.